on the throne for a couple of minutes, and then he took off, headed north, and into the BB Lake area. And then we didn't find him, but we then found beautiful big red. Sorry, fighting with the camera here again. Soaring over BB Lake and then Baker, and then she came over here. So here she is on McGraw Hall Tower. So you should check out, we had them Thursday night, and I think they had them last night, I'm not sure. You should check out the X feed. We have some nice clips of these guys. So here she is. We're rehuzzing. Good morning, near and again. Hi, Danny. Hey, Yuri. All right, so she's stunning, isn't she? Just gorgeous. She's so very beautiful this year. And she's got this, like, gentleness about her. And this phone is gonna drive me crazy. Just gonna drive me crazy. Not loving it, not loving what it wants to do. What are you doing? You stupid thing. I really dislike, really dislike the YouTube app. Really. Pull it back, push it in. Okay, so there she is. So anyway, like I was saying, check out X. Some really nice clips of these guys from the last couple of days there, and yeah. So here she is. So anyway, like we were saying, we went up Tower Road, saw that it was Winker up on the throne. And then we spun around behind Furno looking for Mom and thinking she might be down below. But when we got there, he took off and floated out northwest over Man Library and like over behind Warren. Lost sight of him. Went down behind into the bowl. Heard some robins and finches clucking and alarming and stuff like that. And got out, looked around, walked around, didn't find anybody, and then came down along the south side of BB Lake, down to the west end, and she was hiding there somewhere, because when we drove out of the west end, Cindy spotted her floating out fairly low. So she was in a tree somewhere, and she circled over the gorge. So Cindy tracked her down toward the Thurston Avenue Bridge. That's the area she was in, over the waterfall there at the west end of BB Lake. Yes, you were. And then I picked Cindy up. She was there at the corner by Thurston, and Mom had been floating over Baker Lab and then headed south. So we went down toward heading toward 80 White maybe, and Cindy spotted a red tail over here on McGraw Hall Tower. So we came around back here, and there she is. She looks stunning up there. So we've seen both of them. We had Winkerdoodle in the 80 White trees, and we've had Mom here. just now for a couple of minutes at McGraw. Thanks, Nira. I appreciate that. All right, so this is so strange. I can only scroll so far to see the chat, guys. Okay, hi, you're on speaker.
I see. Where are you?
I'm on the south side, in the parking area along the south side of McGraw. And it's Mom.
Yeah. You have any sign of wink? I have not.
No.
Sign again.
No, I don't. But I'm not looking around for him either.
Okay. All right. Bye.
All right, bye. Anywho, that's the Scooperoonie here. Yeah, I don't know. This is so strange. Do I have to upgrade this? Upgrade this app or something? So very. Well, whatever. So good, we got her. I might show you what I was talking about earlier. Good morning, FB. Well, hopefully we'll still be on by the time you get home. It takes a bit for these posts to hit when we post them public after the fact. It's a bit of processing time, it seems. Awesome. Okay, I think they were shooting for the fastest Jenny McGraw rag or the changes on record there. It started out, it was pretty spectacular, and I have to say, so I don't like to criticize other musicians, but I have to say that was maybe a little bit too fast. It was amazing at the beginning, and sometimes they start off like, that's like really, 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 really good. And it's like really, really, really hard. I don't, I don't think I could wrap my brain around that. So sometimes, yeah, these guys will. I was talking to one of the chimes masters a couple of years ago, and she said that lots of times, like on a Saturday morning or when it's quiet on campus, they'll experiment. That's pretty. Good morning, Birdie and Kathy. Good morning, AM. Morning, Pete. Morning, Chinook. Birdie, Danny. Jackie, hey there. And Noel. Oh, Juvie Peter is one of Anne Marie's many juveniles that she had this season. Hello, beautiful big red. We have to go searching for you, and you're not a juvie. You're supposed to be here all the time. Variations on Puff the Magic Dragon, Big Red. What do you think? All right, Jackie, take care. Yeah, well, we will hopefully have sun a little bit longer as we get down to the lake and have a walk. Thanks, AM. Oh, Yuri Birdie and Kathy and Charlotte was on earlier this morning. The first stream. That was nice. Danny and Niren and Jackie and Chinook and all you guys. Bum, bum, bum. Big Finish, Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Doom, 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 drum roll. Bum. Okay. All right, well, we'll get these posted up as soon as we can. You can look at them again if you wish, and we'll check out the X posts from the last couple of days. She is beautiful, isn't she? She is just stunning. And she is so, she's been very gentle the last few days. She was up on McGraw Hall chimney the other evening, Thursday, I think. And so she was looking really very nice and delicate there. You're welcome, Birdie. I'm seeing all of you guys as like there's the Birdie 7182 and the Yukakarua. I have to see that again. Yuri Kakura. Kakurai. I don't normally see you use guys as full something or other, full monikers. Chinook 3311 and Jackie near an 850. Are there really 850 of you Nirans out there in the world? At least on YouTube. Incarcerated. Incarcerated? Oh. Oh, that's beautiful, Birdie. Is there going to be a stream there? Prisoner number 850, come out of your cell. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. If this is like full transparency kind of a deal or what's going on. So that's amazing. Anyway, I don't know if you answered Birdie whether or not there is a live stream of the island from the USGS. Beautiful. Yeah, I miss seeing the. I know you sent a beautiful stream to Cindy and an Osprey stream. And are there the albatrosses? I miss seeing the albatrosses on Kauai. It's been a few years, it seems, already. I think that was on the deal is that was on private property, and I guess they were. I'm not sure what happened there exactly, but I imagine it's probably a bit of work to maintain it and also maintain a little bit of privacy and security and all that kind of stuff. So that's a scoop there. All right, somebody is texting, I think. Birdie is texting an image. An image. What did you text, Birdie? Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. Yeah, I'll show you. I don't know if I can focus in on it or not here, but there you go. Yep. Midway Island covered with albatross. I'm suspecting those are all lace-on albatross, right? Kind of like, not the royals, like in New Zealand. I don't, I'm guessing. It ain't me, Anne Marie. I got no control over outing people's prison numbers. I've barely got control over this camera by Gumpers. Well, so we had check out the one that gets posted. At some point today, check out the earlier stream with the wink up in the 80 white trees. I see. Well, okay. You would think that it would be like near number one or a Chinook. How many Chinooks are out there? Are there 3,190 or whatever your number was? Anyway, Wink was up in the 80 white trees earlier. So, like I said, when he posts the stream, check it out. He looked very nice up there. And then he took off and headed north, more or less, kind of northeast, over Rocky and out of our view, heading in that direction, kind of not directly north along East Avenue, but over the buildings and out of our view, heading kind of northeast. We picked him up on the Throne a few minutes later, and then he took off and headed northwest over BB Lake, and we didn't pick him up there, but we did. We looked for Mom. We looked in a couple of places, and then finally picked up Mom, circling over the gorge and the waterfall there west of BB Lake, and then she kind of headed south, but then we decided, since maybe she's on McGraw, and she was right, and she's up here on McGraw. So we kind of did a little bit of a roundabout here. And Big Red, I think, was kind of like hiding a little bit in the trees at the west end of BB. We went down there, didn't find her, but then she floated out, and so Cindy spotted her. And she is amazingly beautiful. So I don't love having to be. There we go. Trying to back out a little bit. He's a little less. I think I'm zoomed in all the way. Opticron USA has got a reasonably priced scope. You guys might want to check out. I was looking at the Living Bird magazine before we headed out, and it's the issue that has the I think it's a song sparrow sitting on a yoo-hoo, and yes, we still have the top fans thing. I agree, Danny. So anyway, yeah, there was an ad. There's always ads for this, that, and the other in there, right? So the page I happened to be on, across from it, had an ad for Opticron USA. So now they have VHD. So it's actually not a bad scope. I mean, it's not inexpensive, but it's not like Swarovski or whatever, or Leica or whatever expensive. More expensive than Vortex and that kind of stuff, but pretty sweet actually. Check it out. So yes, I got a number on the end of my name also, somewhere out there. I've never had like this alias thing, I don't think. It's just so weird, to be honest with you. Sometimes I prefer to have a little bit of anonymity, which I don't appear to have, so there you have it. So yes, like an 18 to 50. So it's an ED 45, so it's got a 45 millimeter objective. And the eyepiece looks like it's an 18 to 54. It's a little bit on the high end for the bottom end. This one is like an 11 or 13 or something, which is really, really good for most purposes, to back out and not have to go pull the scope off, the phone off the scope to show wide angle. So 18 is a little bit reachy for the kind of stuff that we do here. Yeah, I agree. No anonymity, which in some ways is kind of a good thing, right? But anyway, now it's VHD, I guess is what they're calling it, instead of just HD. Don't know. So lightweight, small scope, a little bit reachy, and the only thing I don't know on it, I couldn't tell from the ad, is whether or not the eyepiece has a zoom ring on it, or the whole eyepiece swivels. They went through a few and a number, lowercase, all use a name. I don't know. I don't know. Well, she's lovely. All right, so I think I think we're gonna. Oh, I wanted to show you something. I know you guys will be super interested. I know Niren will be interested. I'm putting you on the spot here, Niren, but I'll show you what I was talking about earlier. Oh, hang on. Let me show you the beautiful live slope first. With the Gothics, she was down on the Gothics. We got some beautiful X of her down on the Gothics, and Wink was over there on the Willard Strait. She was up on McGraw, then she floated over to Earth, and then she went down into the Pines, and then she went down onto McFadden, and that's where she stayed at sunset. And Wink appeared, and he was watching over her from Willard Strait. That was quite amazing. This, of course, is the Sesquicentennial Grove, which has a little bit, far too many skateboard marks on it as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, at least this one is not defaced. So I remember when they had a gift from the 2015 Cornell University Board of Trustees. So that's kind of cool, right? Anyway, so up there, gotta spin this around. So, for those of you who are interested in engineering, I actually will show it to you. There you go. So, see that area there? That light stone? I'm going to move over a hair more so you can get a little bit more of the full effect. It's going to be kind of hard through the trees. Well, we can find a spot here. Okay. So, you have the... oh. Well, that's not good. No bueno. Here we go. All right, so you see you got the big stones and stuff like that. The big, beautiful dressed stones. So this is the upper part of the building. So that's, and then see all that flashing? That's kind of like where see that line, that diagonal line? So that's kind of like where the roof of the lower portion of the roof kind of butts up against, or did butt up against the main building. So see those big gorgeous stones there? And then where the other stuff was, look at that, they just kind of like slapped a bunch of stuff in there. Not big, beautiful stones. They said, look, nobody's going to see this stuff. We got to go cheapy. So they went lots of small stones, lots of mortar, concrete, whatever you want to call it. They slapped that in there. And then when it came to the part that you're actually going to see, then they started putting in the more expensive, big, beautiful stones. So it's kind of interesting, no? Clean what up? I mean, like the big stones? Well, they started to actually. I mean, they're not in that bad a shape, but they actually on the whatchamacallit, that part of the tower there down below, they were power washing it, and I'm not sure if they were just power washing with detergent or if they were power washing it with some kind of whatever, anti-algae, anti-anything kind of like acid, who knows what, I'm not sure. But you can see that area up there. That's the part that I was showing you earlier. Yeah, so you gotta save a few bucks when you're doing stuff. All right, kid modules, I think I'm gonna pause and we'll post this. I'm gonna round up Cindy wherever she's gotten herself off to, and we'll be seeing you guys. All right, you take care.